Back now on Triad today. Always glad to have this young lady with us when she can spare the time. Lori Bates, our director. We meet the very lovely Tanika Hawkins. She's, of course, manager of the Prosperity Center Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina. Welcome back to the program, dear.
Thank you, Jim.
Good to see you.
You as well.
What's the focus of the Prosperity Center for people that may not have heard us talk about this before, and it's been a while since you were on? Tell us.
The focus of the Prosperity Center is looking at financial wellness. So under that umbrella, we look at vocational development and as well as financial education and training.
Yeah, and of course people need that of all ages now, it seems. You know, whether you lost a job or you're trying to get back in the workforce or whatever, and just trying to get this instruction is so important. Now, what separates your program from maybe other programs?
Okay. Well, I mean, I think what separates us most often is that distinct focus on the financial wellness. So we have parts of what we do that focus just on employment. We also have the parts in our communities that focus on the finance and looking at budgeting, foreclosure prevention, those type of things. When you blend the two together, you create this balance that helps people to have a reason to obtain and retain employment.
Yeah.
And one feeds the other. So that person that has the financial goals is in turn going to keep a job. Absolutely.
Any particular service you want to plug or something that would give us a specific example? You've given us the overall, maybe a couple specifics.
Absolutely. I would have to lean again towards that same example. So you have this job here. Well, you like it. But if you didn't and you had that goal of maybe trying to obtain a better job, something that maybe paid you a little bit more, you would focus more on this position here. So your boss didn't give you a raise or you didn't get a promotion. If you were linked or focused on a goal, you're more likely to keep this job here until you can obtain that car so that you can get the better job.
Right.
So helping people to make that connection and link is, I think, what I like to highlight most often. And it's not so much internal as far as the Prosperity Center is concerned, but internal for the person that we serve.
What's the connection between financial education and job readiness specifically?
Okay, so when I look at the two, a lot of times it takes a minute for our clients or our participants to make that connection. So if culturally you were never taught that financial education. So even in school, if you're not taught that financial education is important.
Which you're not usually.
No, you're not. And if you don't come from a household where it's talked about a whole lot, you're sort of oblivious to the fact. So linking with people to help them build relationships with a financial counselor, which sometimes can be a little bit scary.
Yeah.
They're okay connecting with the employment specialist. We're helping them to find a job. But it comes to talking about that four-letter word with somebody who's a stranger, not so much. So sometimes it's difficult to make that link and help people make that connection.
Is it a tough process for me to enroll in your program? How does that work?
Not at all. Our center is open Monday through Friday. So any of those days you can come in and say, hey, this is my first time here. We take you through a very short registration process, and you sit down with a financial and vocational coach, and we kind of talk about where you are, what you need. So if it's a resume at first, and we need to slowly wean you into the other services, we work it that way.
So I don't have to be referred in by somebody else, I can just come to you?
Not at all.
You got any final thoughts on, Tanika, about the value of the Prosperity Center and the programs that you're offering? Can you give me a feel for that?
Sure. I picture a lot of what we do, it's very similar to the journey that our participants face. So they come in, they're trying to build resources to make the correct links in the community so that their family can be secure, that they can get the things that they need. We do that a lot of times as well. So, you know, internally as a staff, we seek out resources that'll make the journey for our participants as successful as possible.
Well, they couldn't be in better hands than to be in your hands for making that journey. I appreciate all you do for the community.
Thank you.
GoodwillNWNC.org is the website that can give you all sorts of information and lead you to the right places to get the information about Prosperity Center. I assume they can go to their website and find out about that. Tanika Hawkins, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.